What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? This is Leonard Miles, aka 2 Degrees in the CDL, talking about another interesting article that I saw. This came out, of course, you all see the date, January 30th. I'm looking at this from Freight Waves, but there's some other articles as well on this topic, and I'll attach those articles to the link as well. But Massachusetts State Troopers, State Police, hey, y'all got to come to the front, man. This is sad. This is sad right here, man. Reading the article, it was kind of funny, kind of hilarious, and I'm like, man, this is sad and downright foolish. But we're gonna get right into it. Feds charge Massachusetts State Troopers in alleged CDL bribery scheme. All right, let's get straight to it. Troopers allegedly joked about passing CDL applicants, regardless of how they did on the road test. The most important part, you'd be able to do the pre-trip all day, but if you can't drive on the road, man, you need to get that CDL back. Federal investigators have charged two current and two former Massachusetts State Police troopers, along with two others, alleging the six traded favors in exchange for giving passing scores to certain applicants in a fraudulent commercial driver's license scheme. Now, I've heard some schools, passing people, just to get them on up out of there. I can't think of the name of the schools in Georgia, but I've seen stuff like that before. But the state police, I didn't even know. So I guess now, depending where you are, when you take your CDL exam, you take it, you know, with the state police, being the ones who are going to administer, you know, your CDL exam. So they're going to do your pre-trip, your maneuvers, and your road test. With this, I guess this is how Massachusetts does. But let's continue. According to the 74 count indictment, active members of the Massachusetts State Police Commercial Driver's License Unit, including Sergeant Gary Cedarquist, 58, of Staunton, Massachusetts, and Trooper Joel Rogers, 54, of Bridgewater, were arrested Tuesday and were scheduled to appear in federal court in Boston later that day. Retired MSP troopers Calvin Butner, 63, of Halifax, and Perry Mendez, 63, of Wareham, were each arrested Monday in Florida. Scott Kamara, 42, of Rehoboth, and Eric Matheson, 47, of Boston, were also arrested Tuesday and appeared in federal court before being released. Both were named as friends of Cedarquist in the indictment. Court documents state that Kamara worked for a truck driving school in Brockton, Massachusetts, and Matheson worked for a spring water company with warehouses in the state. So, okay. All right, so we know that Kamara, it seems like he's the CDL instructor at the truck driving school. All right. All right. Another individual identified in court records as the friend conspirator was also a friend of Cedarquist and worked for a construction management and general contractor firm in Nashua, New Hampshire. All right, so let's go ahead and put this together. Hmm. All right, it's getting interesting. As set forth in the indictment, the defendants allegedly displayed no regard for the public safety consequences of allowing people who didn't pass the test to have a CDL and operate commercial vehicles. Acting U.S. Attorney for Massachusetts, Joshua Levy, said at a press conference Tuesday, I agree. I agree. If you can't do the pre-trip, if you can't do the maneuvers, and if you can't do the road test, then you don't need to be out there on the road. That's just point blank, period. It's a lot of accidents have been occurring. I've done articles on, new drivers, getting into accidents, and a lot of it could be because of this. I could just imagine, how many places, across the United States, are just passing students just to get them on up out of there, knowing that they're not competent. But let's continue though. According to the 75-page indictment, Levy said the defendants allegedly joked about golden treatments and golden handshakes, referring to giving guaranteed passes to certain CDL applicants, regardless of how they did on the test. In one text, defendant Butner, a Massachusetts state trooper, allegedly talks about an applicant who is performing required maneuvers, and he described him as a mess. And Butner said that the applicant owes Cedarquist prime rib for passing the test, Levy said. Mm, prime rib. My goodness. Prime rib is good, though. But let's continue. The individuals were indicted on 3 counts of conspiracy to falsify records, 3 counts of conspiracy to commit extortion, 3 counts of extortion, 6 counts of honest service mail fraud, 31 counts of falsification of records, 27 counts of false statements, and 1 count of perjury. According to Levy, more than 2 dozen drivers allegedly received CDLs who did not pass the test or did not take the test in exchange for bribes. Okay, so we got some CDL students out there um, who may have tried to do it the right way, but they clearly were not competent enough to even get their CDL. So I know they probably were shocked. And then you got these others who paid to get their CDL. Man, man. Let's continue. The indictment states that Cedarquist allegedly received a new driveway valued at $10,000. A new driveway, y'all. Y'all like her bribing state troopers $10,000 for a driveway? Man, come on now. A $1,900 snowblower and a $750 granite post and mailbox in exchange for passing drivers on their Class A CDL skills tests, which are mandated by the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration to drive a tractor trailer. All CDL recipients identified as not passing the CDL skills tests have been reported to the Massachusetts Registry of Motor Vehicles, the U.S. Attorney Office said in a statement. So, all right. Those that didn't pass the CDL uh, skills test, um, when it clearly shows that they were moved along. Hopefully, those guys and gals, whoever it was, are able to retest and and try it again and try it again. Um, and for those, like I said, who paid to not even take it, I mean, my gosh, like I hope, and like I said, you bribe them. I hope you get held up to the highest letter of the law as well. But just putting these people out here, these 24 drivers, and they're not qualified to be driving. That is just so immoral. Like, where's your morals at? And I'm not sitting up here and saying that all state troopers from Massachusetts are bad, but this doesn't look good. This does not look good at all. It just doesn't look good, man. We had something similar like that in Georgia. Not when it came to, um, passing CDL exams, because the state of Georgia, we don't have state troopers, administering our CDL exams. But I remember it was a class of CDL. I mean, it was a class of state troopers for the state of Georgia who they all cheated off the same test in order to become state troopers. And when they got found out, all of them were dismissed. Uh, and like I said, just lack of integrity, lack of morals. And it's like, all right, how can we trust you now, moving forward? Like, so what happens now, knowing that, these troopers, have done this? Are there going to be different practices now in Massachusetts where you have instructors, come in and they administer the test? Uh, what's the new process like now? But like I said, this is definitely not a good look for the Massachusetts state troopers. Like I said, the guy that, you know, I guess his name is Kamara, the guy who works at the CDL school, you know, I'm pretty sure, he won't be doing that position anymore. So it's just one of those things where, a lot of things have been tainted, so they had to really do some damage control. They had to really do damage control. But I just want to know what you all think. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the video, share the video, comment, and hey man, we gotta do better, man. Massachusetts, y'all be ashamed of yourself. But until next time, I'm out.